Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of speaking with Steve Weinberg. He is the author of a book called Above Quota Performance. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Gerhard. Good afternoon to you.
Above Quota came out about a year ago, and now you're writing a new book about sales leadership. Tell us about it.
Okay, well, Above Quota Performance was primarily oriented towards sales people, and the new book, which is being called Above Quota Sales Management, is oriented towards sales managers.
So what are the three things that salespeople need to keep in mind in order to achieve quota?
Number one to me is to call on the right prospects. I constantly saw salespeople calling on prospects that would either never buy or buy 2 years from now. I think the other is to have a very good value proposition so that when they call on somebody, they can explain it to the buyers exactly what's in it for them. Number three, I think, is to understand, to me, this is a big failure, is to understand that objections are really good. Instead of trying to counter, I would prefer a sales pro to say, please explain to me why you feel that way. And listen to them and understand them, because what they're doing is telling you what you need to do as a salesperson to achieve that, to close that sale.
Is closing an art, or is that a foregone conclusion if you do a good job that customers buy?
Well, I think if you're doing your job right and you ask closing questions throughout the process, like, for example, does this solution that we have meet your needs? That's a closing question. At some point, you're going to have a conversation where you say to them, okay, are you ready to buy right now? And that's my closing. That's my hard close. Are you ready to buy right now? And if the answer is either yes or no.
In this day and age where a lot of the sales processes become digital, what are the new skills that salespeople need to learn?
The days of being granted unlimited access to buyers are over. So today's salespeople need to be adept at calling and asking the right questions on a video conference with limited access to the buyers as compared to what it was in the past.
What do you tell us? What are some of the ideas that we can expect in your next book?
I think what a lot of sales leaders miss is the value of coaching and motivating the salespeople. What I saw a lot was that sales managers would have a pipeline review with a salesperson, go over all the prospects, and that would end the meeting, and then they would go on to the next salesperson. That's absolutely not adequate. The sales manager needs to go out with the salesperson. They need to do debriefs after the call. What do you think you did right? What do you think you did wrong? What would you do differently? I think another area that I point out in the book that it being critical is the sales staffing area. What I see is managers don't do enough work on making sure they're fully staffed and they have the right salespeople in place, and then motivating the ones they have. And also having a sales onboarding program that helps the salespeople succeed rather than fail. You don't hire somebody, give them a week of training, and then put them on quota and throw them out of the field.
If selling is done well, it can help people flourish personally and professionally. And if selling is not done well, it can have very serious consequences on people's health and people's minds and psychology, and it can lead to depression.
In my new book, I actually have a chapter on the mental health of salespeople. One, for example, some salespeople can't deal with rejection. Well, what I learned a long time ago was you can't take it personally. They're not rejecting me as a salesperson. Maybe they don't want to buy from me. Maybe they like another product better. Maybe I just did a terrible job at selling, but they're not rejecting me as a person. So I don't feel less adequate as a result of that, but some people do.
I'm so excited for your new book. When do you think it will come out?
Some changes may need to be made in February, and then it'll go to publishing in March, then release in April.
I'm excited. I'm happy for you. And I want to thank you for your time. And I want our audience to check out Steven Weinberg's book on Amazon.com.